Have you golfed recently?
I
Or
was
like
gonna
since it's
go today.
really
Yeah, I had a tea time, but
the 6 inches of snow stopped that?
yeah, so they sent out this email that's like, yeah, the course is closed. Don't come
Dude, I
out.
can't believe I woke up this morning and I had to shovel my driveway again.
We're east facing, so it melts in the morning.
Yeah, not us. It's fucked. Like I swear we got like six inches of snow. Like, and dude, it was so nice out yesterday. It was sunny.
Yeah, that's why I thought I was gonna get to go golf,
It's just
dude.
insane. I mean, it's starting to melt now, but it's just. I think I heard someone say like we're almost at a record. We're
Yeah,
the second highest or something.
I think Mammoth is hitting their record now. Mammoth
It's
Mountain
insane.
snowfall record.
I was just gonna do the same thing.
They broke it 3 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, with over
What's
800. Let's see, I'm going to the YouTube. 800 inches of snow.
wow?
Where is the calculator?
800 inches.
800 inches of snow divided by. That is 66-foot snow base, almost 67 feet. Jesus Christ.
This one says here, if it will load, that 1971 for Nevada, 63 greatest snowfall in one season for Reno Tahoe, 63.8 inches. What is that? Wait, that doesn't sound right.
That's not enough unless that was one storm at a
Yeah,
time.
maybe
That could
that's.
be it.
This says in one season. Oh, this is
Okay,
probably like over one night then, or like over one day.
that's odd.
The most snow that Reno has ever received in a single calendar year is 63.8 inches. That's not. That's only 5 feet.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That can't be right.
Well, it must have been one snowfall, like one consecutive storm or something like
Right?
that.
Yeah, exactly. Because we got 9 inches just like right here on December 31st. We got 9 inches. Huh. Anyway, got another 6 this morning. I swiped 4 to 6. Had to shovel my driveway, and God, dude, I just want it to be summer. Can't just be
I'm
spring
ready.
and summer, dude. Please. Do you have any summer plans? Or like going
I'm
on
going.
trips or
I'm
anything?
going to a wedding.
That's right.
I'm going to a wedding.
You're gonna attend my.
Otherwise,
You're gonna be in my wedding.
yeah.
Have you
Otherwise,
ever been
no.
in a wedding before?
Yeah. My friend Sean's. I
Right
was in
on.
a wedding. Yeah, we were in Napa.
How long ago was that?
Fuck.
Years.
10, 12 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be in another one. That's right.
It's time, dude.
Anywho, so you didn't get to golf today.
I did not. No.
So what did the email say? Sorry.
It said due to the snowfall overnight, overnight the course is closed.
So they just
So
did they just give you a refund or they like have you reschedule
yeah,
it?
they refund you.
No, they don't just like pick another date.
If I went through like Golf Now or something, I think they would have, but I just booked it directly with the course, so they kicked it
Gotcha.
back.
Nice. So now next weekend?
I'm gonna look. Yeah, I'll probably go next Sunday. It's hard. Weekend golf is awful. It is definitely it is the longest
Define
round you'll
awful.
play. So
Oh, because there's so many
when you
people?
play it, yeah, when you play in prime times, especially in like a public course,
Yeah.
there's no expectations to be good or bad or whatever. And if you get trapped behind a bad group, that's the end of the line, dude. What are we looking at? Yeah, I
That's
like to
just the
see
weather
this.
for next
There
week.
it is. Yeah, 45.
45. Yeah, we're in the 40s. It's good. It's
Saturday
sunny.
might be the play. I don't know.
Saturday 49. That's not bad.
No,
That's
but
great
the
actually. A little
clouds
bit
a
of
little
wind though.
sketch. Yeah, see all that's going to turn into snow the way that this
What's
season's
a
going.
what's a wind you wouldn't want to play in? Like 30?
Anything past 20 miles an hour,
Oh, okay.
it's hard. It gets harder. It depends on if you're good playing in the wind or not. I'm so tall and my swing is steep, so I hit the ball really high. I have a hard time in the wind.
Dude, the wind just ruins like everything.
Yeah,
Like
it's like being at the top of the mountain. You don't want to be there.
like any type of sport, right? You don't want to snowboard in the wind. You don't want to ride a
Mhm.
bike in the wind. You don't want to golf in the wind. You don't want to run in the wind. Maybe the run might or the wind cools you down, but like you're running against it.
Yeah, if you were
Just like
running with the wind at your back, it wouldn't be so bad.
you know what else ruins everything? Snow.
What's that? Yeah, snow's not my favorite, dude. I'm about ready to be done with
Dude.
this.
I think most people are. But
What are you ready for? What's coming? What's next for code?
for season wise,
Anything, dude. What's next? What is on your short-term radar?
that's a good question. I'm getting married in a couple months.
Getting married. There you go. I mean, that's
Yeah,
something.
getting
That's a
married.
big something.
Yeah, that's in August. So we gotta. That's. Oh, I guess we're moving. That's the next thing. We're just moving to a new place
Where are you
in
going?
May, just
Just like
down
across
by the
across
river.
town? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Are
So
you
we're just
excited
switching
for that?
places. I fucking hate moving, so not that. When we're done moving, I'll be excited.
Okay.
I don't think anybody likes moving, but I
No, you
especially hate moving.
I think that you have some pretty prepared people for moving that can give you a
Well,
hand
that's
with
also why I hate moving, is I hate asking people to help you move.
it.
Because I
Yeah,
know, because
it's the
I
hardest
hate
part.
moving, and so when people ask me, I'll say yes, but I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I know everybody else, or I don't want to put, people feel the same way, and so I don't want to put them in that same position. But I
It's
know
definitely
that,
the
yeah,
pizza and beer. You got to sell them, man.
it's
It's
so funny that
it's just
why is that the common
it's
gift or
it's
the
the fucking worst meal too. It's just like the worst thing for
it
you.
is, but it's just so easy. Like,
It is.
but it's every time I've helped somebody move. All right, we'll get pizza. All right, have a beer. We just
Yeah,
remember when you and I just helped JP and Tammy.
that's what I was
All
thinking.
right, we got
We just
pizza, we
did
got
this.
beer. Yep.
That means JP has to be there. That's
I,
the code.
I,
You can't violate the code.
ironically enough, I texted him yesterday, like we were just talking, and I said, or he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "We're packing, getting ready to move here in May." And then he's like, "Oh, sounds good. I'll be there." I was like,
Yeah,
"I
that's
didn't even
right.
fucking ask you." I was like, "I
No,
know you guys will help, but
it's the code, man. You cannot turn your back on your friend. If you help them move, then it's owed now.
I know,
You
yeah."
have to return the favor.
He exactly. He's due.
It's the code.
What's that? Have you seen that hire movers meme? Yeah, it's right here.
No, I haven't.
If you're over 35, hire movies. Your friends are too old. Nobody wants to slip a disc for pizza and 2 Bud Lights.
Yeah, that's it. That's definitely the one.
Well, that's why we
That's
do CrossFit though, so that doesn't
that's the
happen. But
sponsor of this stream is that meme.
it's so funny. I'm not actually over 35, so I guess it applies or it doesn't apply to me.
No, you and Linz are still fine. You got many years of
But
moving left.
all of our friends are over 35.
It's it's at the end of the line for me. I
That's
field moving
a
for a couple days.
that's a good talking point. I
What's that?
notice what are your okay? Do you have a lot of friends? Would you say, or like not a lot of friends, or like what would or have you always had a lot of friends or not, or what do you
I'm
think?
kind of a friend by association. I'll be friends with people that I'm doing a similar thing with, whether that was gaming and we all game together or whatever. Uh, the gym now, just I don't know, by association, doing things together.
Yeah.
What about you?
So
You seem like you're a
um
pretty social guy, so I would assume as much.
so I am a very yeah obviously very social. Um, I would say I didn't have like a lot of friends back when I like in high school. Like I had a lot of
Okay.
friends in like elementary school, and then I kind of just did my own thing in high school. I had friends, and I think most people liked me or were fine with me, but it wasn't like we were friends for most people. Like I did have some friends we would hang out or whatever, play games with.
Okay. Fair enough.
But then as I've gotten older, as I become more outgoing, more social, being a CrossFit coach helps that, meeting people and helping people and stuff. Now I have the most friends I've ever had.
Well, I think it's a skill too. You're forced as a coach to develop human interaction skills to where people that would not normally be comfortable will be comfortable with you because you're comfortable with them. It's like
Yeah,
a symbiotic relationship. And
for
now at
sure.
this point, like you'll meet everybody
Yeah,
in
and
your small bubble.
it's interesting because exactly that. But like I don't know, it's just all my friends now are they're from the gym. Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny how that works. Like, and I think it makes sense, right? Like you're a product of your environment, and obviously the people you hang out with or do hobbies with are going to become your friends. But I don't know. It's just kind of I really don't hang out with anybody that doesn't do CrossFit or go to Double Edge or used to go to Double Edge or something like that.
I
But
would say that now, at this point in my life, like you start to prioritize things that are important to you and aren't. And I have a hard time getting on with somebody that just like goes out, drinks themselves into a stupor, eats like shit, doesn't want to go outside. Like I don't have
yeah,
any interest with them, so like it just immediately rules them out. So I've actually found that because of CrossFit, same thing. Most of my friends that I actually do things with outside of the gym are people from the gym. The exceptions being like a couple people I work with who are also super active, like Morgan, who went to the gym, but she does
right.
powerlifting. We
Yeah.
have a lot of common interests like that.
It's actually, and that's another thing that you said there. Like, you don't hang out with people like go out and get plastered and all that stuff. But like, which I agree with, and I'm the same way. But thinking back, when I used to party a decent amount, the only people or the people I would party with, we were only friends because we partied.
Yeah, that's
After we
true.
stopped, or after I like, we weren't partying, we're like, I have nothing in common with you. Like, why the fuck are we hanging out just to drink? And it's like, that's it. And that was a common ground. So then you lose those friends, or they're not, you lose those people because that was the only reason you guys were hanging out in the first place, not because you liked each other. It was like you had fun while you guys were drunk or drinking or going out and doing social things, not because you're like interested in their life or cared about them. Like I would
Yeah,
never be like, hey, like what's going on? You want to go and play golf today or something, or like do something? It's like, hey, let's go to someone's house and party, or hey, let's go out and do something tonight.
yeah. Your commonality was whatever was on special or whatever's on tap.
Yep,
That's about it.
that's right, dude.
Pretty
And like
much.
I feel like, and I've heard that a lot of like if you watch like documentaries or like ex addicts or something, they say the same shit, right? Like I
Yeah,
was hanging out with all these people, and the only reason I hung out with them was because we would do drugs together or we would drink together, and it's like fuck, it's like kind of heavy to think about.
it is, but it also kind of talks about like mental psyche stuff. Like you will gravitate towards people that will accompany you on your vices or your things that you find important. Like it doesn't matter if they're positive or negative for your overall outcome. If they're important to both of you, that's like you're gonna pull those people to you.
Yeah. And then the person that moves on or like gets better or whatever, like they go their own way, and then generally the other people stay back, and then they're like, fuck Cody, fuck that person, right? They're
That's
like, oh, he
right.
doesn't want to hang out with us anymore. It's too good or whatever, whatever they think. It's just because like they chose to
Yeah.
change it. It's just crazy,
He,
but
he's too busy not drinking now to come hang out with us.
right, exactly. The reason why I thought of that is like, and then also that was like the second part of this question why I thought of it was from that. If you're over 35, is so yeah, all my friends and I are from the gym, and I have mostly older friends too.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
mean,
if that's
I would say that part of it is that I don't know, CrossFit as you get older is like it's fighting aging essentially, at least for me. I
hmm
feel fitter and younger now than I did when I joined the gym, and that was 3 years ago. So it's you're gonna find people that stick with it are probably gonna be going into their 30s. They have the income available to actually be able to pay for it, first of all, because it's expensive. And then you're going to start finding people that prioritize their health. And typically, people don't do that until they're through that party phase. So it wipes out a lot of people's 20s, and you're going to start seeing people in their 30s. So that makes sense.
yeah,
I see it as making sense.
that's a good point. No, for sure.
What
And
about
like
for you though? Because like, what about? There's got to be some younger guys that go to the gym. Like you see all the people that go to the gym.
yeah, there is, and like I don't know. I would say our median. This is just guess, but like our median range, if I just had to guess for double edge, is probably 32 to 36,
Okay.
and that's like so that's the average. Obviously, some older, some younger, but the younger ones aren't very common. I mean, Lindsay's obviously one of the younger ones.
Yeah.
Ryan is 14. She's probably the youngest. Um,
Addie, she's
yeah, Addie's
teenager
17
still.
now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she just turned 17. Um, but those are the few ones, right? And then most people are 30 plus. Um,
Why do you think that is? Like realistically, why does CrossFit attract people that are kind of past that first phase of their life?
Good question. My answer would be because like they've gone like so. I don't think you can get in, most people don't get into CrossFit unless someone shows it to them or they know someone who's done it before. It's like a referral thing, right? Word of mouth.
Okay.
And you probably don't have someone telling you when you're 17, hey, come do this, unless it's your parents or it's your brother or your sister or something. So you go through the other things. People, if you do any fitness, you start out lifting or you run track for 4 years or whatever it is until you then be like, oh, I'm over this, or I want to experience different avenues of fitness. And then that's when it becomes you do CrossFit because now you're 24, you graduated college or something, you've already done the other things. So I think that's why. And it also just kind of caters to like, I don't know, it just feels more mature, like a more mature audience of like, because it's a class setting and
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't think a kid or most kids want to jump into class with a bunch of people in general, let alone older people, be told what to do by a 25 to 30-year-old
Okay.
person who they might consider still as like a kid. And then they're like, I don't know, ego might play a factor into it too. Like, I'm not going to let Cody tell me what to do. What the hell? Or whatever.
Okay.
So I think
I don't know, because
a
like,
couple of those factors.
think about it though. It's like it gets such a bad rap.
That's a
Uh,
good point.
CrossFit is always just kind of gets abused by like it's just a walking meme, and I don't know. I think that detracts. Like it's not seen as cool when you're young, so you can't be caught doing it.
That too.
I don't know.
That's a
It's
good
not
point.
something you think about. But yeah, like the pull-ups thing, the butterfly pull-ups, like yeah, it seems really funny until you try to do one, and it's not particularly easy.
Exactly. And you know what's funny about that? I talk about this all the time or say this to people all the time is the people that dog on pull-ups or whatever, they say they're fucking stupid and they're easy and not a rep was completed, whatever.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
the stupid shit.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Hate on that. Cool. We kind of embrace it and we accept it and fine. But it's funny that that is the only thing that you can like poke a hole in for movement, right? That's the one thing
Yeah.
you see. Then that person gets off the pull-up bar. That right. That, let's say the video keeps rolling. They see 10 kipping pull-ups, and then what the fuck is that guy's name? Infinite Elg Intensity.
Yeah.
The guy that he does all the movements, right? But let's say he's doing his little commentary, CrossFit fails or whatever. What is it?
Yeah, when he does the games, the
The movement. I can't think of the word, but yeah, he does his CrossFit games. But like, let's say he's watching the video and they do their kipping pull-up and stuff. By the way, I think his videos are funny,
I agree. I think he's hilarious.
but like that video keeps rolling, and then they get off the pull-up bar, then they kick up into a 50-foot handstand walk, and then they go and squat clean 315 or whatever. And it's like
Yeah.
the only thing that they could poke the hole in is that kipping pull-up. Yeah, their squat clean may have been shitty form or whatever. Like, but it's just funny that that's the only thing they can poke a hole in out of everything we do, right? Hundreds of movements, hundreds of things, and they one out of hundreds. It's just
It
it's
feels
like
like what you end up being is average at everything in CrossFit.
yeah,
You're an okay weightlifter. You are okay at the gymnastics you've been exposed to. And then when something stupid and new comes like the crossovers, people just figure it out in like a half hour. And
hmm
now you're doing crossovers like you've never done one in your life. You're like, all right. Aside
yeah.
from the equipment,
Well, yeah,
I have some opinions about the stupid crossovers and needing a heavier rope and all this other stuff, and people just weren't prepared. But
well, I think everybody feels that way. I think it's stupid if you need to buy a beaded rope just to do a fucking movement, or like if that maybe you don't need to buy one, but if it's gonna help you be more successful in it. But on the other side, I think it's pretty fucking cool that exactly what you said. You hear about a movement and you learn it in 30 minutes after that
yeah,
because you're
you just
adapted
see
to
it.
learning shit. Right.
Yeah, we've done harder things than that already, and there's always the next movement, the next movement. And I'm 3 years in, and now for me, my target is lots of muscle ups in a row on the rings. Like
Right.
that's what I want to do, and so that's what I'm gonna work on. And
Exactly.
then we've talked about this before, but it's always as soon as you get something figured out and dialed in, you're like, all right, well I'm shit at this, so we got to start over, and then you
Yep.
pick a new movement.
And
You'll
it's a
always find out
constant
that
battle.
you'll always find out that you're shit at CrossFit. at every turn.
Welcome to CrossFit. We'll never be good enough, dude.
That's right.
Real quick, we're gonna talk about that, but also going back to like learning something really quickly, like the crossovers. How many people have never tried to do a wall facing handstand push up, and then the quarterfinals they popped up, and then they like, well, I know how to do a strict handstand push up. I know how to do a wall walk. Let's just see what happens. You kick up into it, and like me, for example, I did 5, and I've never done one before. Like that was pretty cool, and I wouldn't have been able to fucking do that if I've never practiced these other fundamentals of doing a strict handstand push-up, kicking up into a wall, doing a wall walk, right? Like so, it was cool to be able to learn something new, even though I never practiced it before. So
Yeah,
it's like,
no, I would say that CrossFit kind of teaches you how to learn athleticism. I don't know if that's the right way to word that, but you slowly become more adaptable. Your body, like you get better control of your body, essentially. Like you're able to think about what you want your body to do and then find a way to execute that. And the more that you're adapted to this movement, that movement, learning how to snatch and then squat, snatch, and be able to alternate between the two, like your body gets good at changing things up, different patterns.
yeah, adapt and overcome.
It's sweet.
Which then you apply to real world life, real world shit. You're faced with some task in front of you, or you have to figure out how to move this couch, and you're by yourself, or you have to figure out how to get up off the ground, and you're 82 and you're having a heart attack, and you can do a burpee so you can get up off the ground.
Yeah.
I actually saw I want to bring that up really quick. Do you follow the CrossFit book on Instagram?
I don't.
If not,
I'll have to check it out.
If not, you should, and this all you listeners should follow the CrossFit book too. It's a lot of like great Glassman videos and stuff, but there was this one right here. This is badass. It might be really loud. I'm gonna have to figure out it.
All right, just going blind, dude.
I'm gonna show you this. So this is the burpee. This is kind of where I got that idea from. Just watch this.
Really quiet. See if you can turn the volume up on it.
Oh, can you hear?
I can hear it a little bit, yeah.
Oh, is it just super quiet?
It's really quiet, yeah. But it has the subs.
Well, here, because I can hear it pretty loud. That's a good... No, I need to...
Yeah, no, the melon thing. We got to figure out the volume on it.
Well, hold that thought. Let's see. Okay, so that doesn't have a volume thing, a slider. What I can do is... Because it's really like... It's not super loud on my end, but it's like decently loud. But if you can't hear it as loud as mine is, then I can just bump it up here. This should change it here. Tell me. Is this louder now? Did that do
it is. It's not pulling audio from... I don't know where it's pulling audio from. It might be from your headphones, honestly. I don't think it's pulling the audio from the window.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn this one back down.
Okay.
Well, this is a good little trial and error thing, then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Because, yeah, I want people to be able to hear this shit. Lindsay says she can't hear. Okay, Lindsay, thank you for the confirmation. Why can't I... Yeah, that's so weird.
There, let's throw the Google up real quick. Window
God
up.
damn it. Sorry for the...
Oh, we'll figure it out. Window audio on.
Sorry, listeners.
Melon.
What if I... Hold on, I got an idea. Let's try this one. Did this make it louder? That do anything?
It went up a little bit, I think.
But, like, not enough?
I can barely hear it, but if you don't have headphones on, I don't think you'll be able to hear it.
Okay, so then that didn't do anything. Damn it!
We'll figure it out for next time.
There should just be a volume slider right here for this screen here, but there isn't, and there's no volume control for it, which is fucked. So it's like...
Might have to set up OBS with Melon.
It's... Volume mixer... Google Chrome...
Oh, yeah. Look and see if you can find
well, that's what I did.
Under
so
Melon.
It's just Google Chrome. Like I have Google Chrome here and I have it turned down. I turned that one up originally, but then you said it didn't do anything, so it didn't change it. Let's try one more
I don't
thing.
know. All
Let's try
right.
one more thing. Let's see if this does anything. Does it make
Wait
it
till it
louder?
goes
That's
away
it.
and get to
It's
That's
loud.
better?
That's it, and it's loud.
Like really loud?
It's loud.
Like too loud. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
so I'm turning
it's
it down.
aggressive.
Okay, so I'll turn it down now.
Okay.
the phone
better?
or
Still really
get
loud.
back up.
Maybe like a half of what it was.
What about does that do anything?
Right? And what is
Made
that? It's
you
a burp.
quieter.
Okay. So I'm messing around with different things. Okay,
No,
so
all
then we
good,
want to
man.
go. So I like Chrome is on fucking here. I'll turn it to 4. It's at
Okay.
4 now.
Go
That's
to
not-
ground, get back up.
That's fine.
It's a little loud, but it's not bad.
What the fuck? That's crazy that it's. There's got to be one more thing that I can change here, but I don't know what it would be.
I don't know.
Let's bump that one up. I'm gonna try one more thing. Share screen. I'm gonna try one more thing.
Just figuring it out on the fly. We're just talking about this.
That's right, dude. What if I just go share entire screen? Let's see. How's that sound?
It's gone.
Fuck me.
Audio's completely gone now.
What the hell is this shit, dude? So maybe you can't hear it as good.
That's
Lindsay-
fine. That's all right.
Well, okay.
I don't need
well,
to hear it.
All right, sorry, listeners. I'm gonna start this over, and we're gonna listen to this. Okay.
The burpee that he's doing here, that's not the burpee that we're doing at the games. What we're doing here, and here's the critical value of it. You feel a little lightheaded, right? Is that a problem for a senior? Huge problem. And so, one obvious thing is, oh, wow, sit down. But what if you're in the middle of the room? It hits you all of a sudden. Well, I think you want to be able to do this. I think you want to be able to go to ground in a controlled way, prone out, wait till it goes away and get to the phone, or get back up, right? And what is that? It's a burpee. Go to ground, get back up. And if we practice that, what we're practicing is that marginal capacity to go to ground and to stand. And that will be never more valuable than that when that moment of vertigo comes that plagues seniors.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's awesome. And I think
Yeah.
that's actually the cool part about the original modality of CrossFit.
Oh, exactly. Yes, that was my original point until the fucking audio issues. But is that you're faced with some real world scenario where you're a senior as he's talking to these people, and right, you get vertigo and you get lightheaded, dizzy. You're in the middle of the room. You go to the floor and you get up. You just did a burpee,
Yeah.
right? Or you have to, like I said, you got to move a couch, or you have to figure out this shit. It's just like
You got to pivot, man.
adapt and overcome, dude. It's awesome. Where were we going with that? I don't remember. Other than that,
We were talking about movement, finding weaknesses and strengths.
So that's what it is right. Once you start getting good at something, or you start putting your attention towards one thing in CrossFit, then now you're lacking in the other area, in another area or other areas. So you start working on your snatch, and then now you need to work on ring muscle ups, or you need to do more conditioning.
Yeah,
And then you
Lindsay's
start-
watching right now, and that's the pull-up grind happened from no pull-ups to pull-ups. That just
Right.
happened, I think.
Yeah. And that's another part of it is like being newer in CrossFit, or I always tell people to get a baseline of everything. Like try to be able to do at least one of everything. So you can do one ring muscle up, even if it's shit and it takes you a bunch of attempts, but like you get one. You can do one handstand push up, or like assuming you built up the prerequisites, right? You don't just jump into a butterfly pull up if you can't do a strict pull up or whatever, but I always tell people to be able to do one of everything. That way, when something pops up in a workout and it's something hard, you can at least do one of them and get a better score or whatever it is than somebody who didn't practice that. And then you like build a baseline. You have this foundation. Then you work on getting 2 ring muscle ups or 2 handstand push ups or 2 butterfly pull ups.
Yep. And then things that used to be weaknesses become strengths, and vice versa.
Yep. You're late to the party. That's okay, Lindsay. Thanks for being here.
Came in from a run.
Well, yeah. How was your run and how far was it? And Dustin, you want to go running?
No.
You love running, dude.
It's cold, man. I'm good. I wanted to go golfing, but when they canceled golfing, that canceled running.
What do you hate? Okay. Do you hate running more than anything if it comes to like fitness or exercise, or is there something else?
No, I hate. Oh, for exercise.
Yeah, like is running your most hated movement?
Yeah, probably. It just bugs my knees.
3.86 miles. That's awesome, but also really fucking random.
She's on Strava right now, looking at it. There you go.
4 minutes run, 2 minutes walk. So, okay, that's why. That was the total distance. I was like,
Okay.
you go for a run, you're like, yeah, we'll stop here. 3.86.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess I used to run around my neighborhood, and it was like that. Strava would clock me at like
Yeah.
2.9 or something.
What was your last Strava run? It's been years.
Yeah, before
Since
before
COVID.
CrossFit.
COVID?
Yeah. I
Oh
would
my
say
God.
before CrossFit.
Mine, morning run, November 25th, 2021.
Right, I'll check it. I'll check it out. We'll look.
My last run that was logged on Strava. November 25th, 2021 was 3.1 miles. I don't know why I did that.
My last run was actually June 18th, 2022.
Oh, I know what this is.
I was running with Truckee. 3.25 miles, 9-minute miles.
Nice. I know. That's good. And yeah, exactly. Lindsay called it Wobble Before You Gobble. Yeah, that's what this was. This was the Thanksgiving 5K last year. I did it, so I guess I did it again. I didn't Strava the other one. Dude, I ran a 7:07 minute mile.
You
average.
were hauling ass, man, and that was right after we did that workout too.
Yeah, it was right after. Yeah, the 5K. This was my first 5K. I ran it in 7:07 average mile. Like, it's not bad, and that's
Pretty
CrossFit.
fast,
That's
dude.
actually a good point to bring up. That's fucking CrossFit. I didn't once train for the 5K. It was like, hey, we're gonna do this 5K on Thanksgiving. We got the group together. We also did some fucking brutal ass workout beforehand.
Yeah. When you guys went to go running, we left. Me and Allie went to go eat.
That's right. JP left.
That was enough.
And dude, I didn't train to run. I didn't do any 5Ks. I didn't do anything extra. I just sent the 5K and ran a 22. Was it 22 minutes and 10 seconds? I think.
It's pretty fast, dude.
7:07 average. I was pretty
Well,
proud of that, especially my
You're a
first
decent
5K
runner,
ever.
yeah.
Which sucks because I don't fucking like running. So it sucks that I'm okay at it because it hurts. You know, like
Yeah.
I guess that applies to even if you suck at it because it hurts you no matter what. Like because your pace hurts. It's all relative, but then I like have this expectation for myself that's like, well, I ran a 7:07 average. I gotta hold that pace now. It's like fuck. I just want to go slower.
Yeah. Well, that's the CrossFit thing. Once you've done something, now you can never do it slower than that ever again. Like your
That's
brain
right.
won't let you.
Yeah, not by choice anyway, or like
No.
obviously if you don't have the ability to.
Yeah, but your brain's not like if you've done Fran in 5 minutes, you'll never be happy if you ever do Fran longer than 5 minutes.
Did you RX Fran when it was programmed like the one time?
I don't
What happened?
remember, man. I was brand new, dude. I don't know.
That was in like
Here we
June.
go.
It was like right after COVID ended, right?
was
Or
like
like,
20
or
it
it was
was
still during
2020.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the gym like just opened a couple months
Let me
after.
see if there's a logged benchmark for Fran.
I want to say that
Girls. I don't have a logged benchmark for Fran.
me neither. I don't remember why. I remember it being programmed, but I don't remember why I didn't do it.
I
or
probably just
something.
didn't log my score. I was like brand new.
Yeah, I don't. You might not have even known how to or had sugar water
Yeah,
back then.
I don't think I had sugar wad yet.
We're doing crossovers on Tuesday, by the way. You see that?
I saw that.
Well, Warrior is.
I'm doing double unders on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm all set, man.
Crossovers.
I'm putting my foot down on the crossovers, dude.
The only thing I will say I like the crossovers being put out now is because now it'll give. Well, they're on Warrior this week for us, but you throw that in for build or you throw it in as an option other than single unders. That way people don't just not an option. It's either you do crossovers for build or you learn double unders, something like that.
Yeah.
Because there's just constant the battle between people never trying to get better and learn double unders. So at least well, now you're doing crossovers, and those arguably could be harder for you depending on your ability.
Yeah, I agree with that. I kicked around the idea of looking at a heavier rope, and I just thought to myself, I don't want to waste money on equipment that I'm not.
You shouldn't
gonna
have to
use.
be doing that.
No, I don't. I have my old rope. It's a little heavier than my speed rope. My speed rope, it moves real fast. It's not so good for the crossovers.
No, that's
Eventually,
what I mean is
I can get it, but not yet.
that's what I mean though. What I mean is not you shouldn't be doing that. I mean you shouldn't have to the fact that you need a different jump rope or it's gonna help you is fucking stupid. You should be able to do it with your normal rope or whatever, not have to go buy a different jump rope. So
That was
that's
the
what I
thing
mean.
that I thought with Bosman doing the demo with the beaded rope. That
Yeah, exactly.
that was a trigger point for me already, right out of the gate.
Yeah, he's not even doing it with a fucking RPM like everybody else would be.
Yeah, he knows that 99.9% of CrossFitters own a speed rope, and then all of a sudden he's pulling this rope out of his magic trick
Playground
box.
shit, dude. He went and grabbed that from elementary school down the street.
He literally took that from a little girl down the
He's
street
like,
and used it.
Hey, can I borrow this? With his neighbor's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Boz. Why do you need to borrow this 4-year-old's jump rope? Well, it's just for the CrossFit games.
It's for the quarterfinals. We're gonna need this.
Do you think double under crossovers pop up again this year? Probably, right?
I do. And not only that, I was gonna ask you. So what else is gonna be there? Like last year in the semis and the games, there was an awful lot of strongman stuff. What do you think?
Yeah.
What's gonna be different, or what do you see coming back, or do you have anything that stands out after seeing the programming so far that you think is gonna be like, this is what's gonna happen? Or is there something you just want to see come back?
So comeback, I don't know anything that's not what do you mean by comeback? It hasn't been in the games but for a while, or
So here was a cool one that it rained, but they had an event and they altered it. But they had an event where it was like you pushed a tank and you unloaded the tank and you did work, like the little cart or whatever, like the electrical.
Yeah, it's called the alpaca. That one last year.
Yeah, where you had to push everything. You were supposed to do rope climbs in that, and that workout would have gotten nasty. But they took the rope out because it was raining. But I would love to see a workout like that again. That, when you look at it, it looked really cool. And then it ended up being stupid because nobody had to do rope climbs. And it was just whoever was physically beefy and strong just blew through the event.
Well, then you have somebody like Danny Spiegel who was so stoked that happened because she would have probably gotten 30-something place instead of she got
didn't she win or second or something like that? Yeah, she was way up there. Was it alpaca?
Because she didn't have to do. I think it was legless rope climbs too. Yeah, it's called the alpaca. That was a cool workout.
CrossFit Games individual.
Rogue created a sled just specifically for that workout. The sled where you load it and you put the kettlebells on.
Yeah, you're right. 2 legless, 2 legless, 2 legless. That would have been rough.
Let me pull it up so we can look at it here. 2. So that's what you mean by comeback. In that case, yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's a cool workout.
Do you see what else is going to come out randomly? There you go. So Lindsay said she wants to see a hero WOD at the games again.
That would be cool. It'd be cool if it was a different hero WOD than just Murph again. They've done Murph a handful of times, but if they did something I don't know, loose. I know that's a pretty cool one. Actually, I just saw that they were doing that on .com. I'll pull that up here, but we can talk about the alpaca. But I have loose here ready. Yeah, the alpaca. Sorry, I was thinking. I thought, this is a cool workout, and it was new, and I think a lot of people enjoyed watching it. I think a lot of people enjoyed doing it. But obviously, the rain changed that factor, and then they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna
kettlebell clean and jerks." That was pretty.
Yeah, it was just it completely changed the workout, which sucked. I think the workout as written is badass and awesome, but when it completely made it a different workout when the rain happened. Obviously, you can't control the conditions, but
yeah. Can you imagine Kalsu at 185, 125?
Dude, that would be sick.
just watch somebody hurt real bad for time.
I wonder how fast people would do that.
It's wait, it's 100, right? I think
Yeah,
it took
Kelsey,
like 30
it's
I think
100 burpees. It's 4 times 100 burpees every minute
no,
on the minute.
it's 100 thrusters with every minute on the minute 5 burpees.
Oh, you're right. You're
That's
right.
what it
Yeah.
is.
Sorry. Yeah. 100 thrusters for time every minute on the minute. Do 5 burpees. Yeah. If they did it at 185, 135.
That hurt a lot.
I see.
I mean,
people doing,
honestly,
like,
they might even have to go heavier for the
that'd be
game's
insane.
athletes.
So the only issue with workouts like that is for viewing.
Yeah, that's true.
It can be boring for people, or it's like it's not a cool spectacle. But I don't think every workout has to be a cool spectacle. I think sometimes the tests, like they did a marathon row, and did people sit there for 4 hours? Some, or 3 or 4 hours. Some did, but like, was it a necessary test? I mean, maybe for that year. So it's like, I don't think it always has to be a spectacle.
I could see them doing something like loose right there with another workout, like back to back.
Yeah. So I want to say they did this workout at Wadapalooza 2019 or something, and they let's just find out. Lose Wadapalooza 2019, I think. Sanctional. Yeah, the Wadapalooza Sanctional WOD 2019 to 2020, they did. Oh, they changed the muscle ups for the girls. That was the only difference. They made it 7.
Okay.
But otherwise, same workout. But
35
actually,
minute
no, no,
cat.
they did change it. So loose normally is 3 rounds. This was a 1-rounder.
Oh, the elite division.
But I want to think that they really. Fuck, I don't know
Yeah.
what this is from then.
Here.
So in Wadapalooza they did it in, okay. Oh yeah, it does. It is 3 rounds right here. Okay, so same thing. Yep. So this would, like, if they like brought this in or something like this, like this would be a sick workout.
Yeah.
Fucking
sure.
weighted muscle ups, dude. I tried to do, I could do one when I was fucking around with it. They're so hard.
That'd be a nasty workout. That'd be cool. It would be cool to see something that's not just Murph.
Yeah, exactly. But then the same point, I mean, they haven't done Murph in 6 years. I think 2016 is the last time they did it. So like, do they throw it back in? It's 7 years now. So what do I want to see come back? Like the alpaca, I like that. I think that's cool. I want to see something like I liked like the skill medley in Essence. I didn't like that they just like, all right, you got to do double under crossovers, and if you don't do one, you're out of it. Or if you fuck up one little thing, like it wasn't a test of fitness, it was a test of execution. And if you fucked up the execution, you didn't get to move on to actually try out the new move. So like only a handful of people made it to their double under crossovers to even try it in practice or showcase their skill ability for it, just because they fucked up a unbroken pistol or whatever.
Single unders happen. Tia.
Yeah, or single unders. Yeah.
She won the games and didn't get through the first round of that event.
Yeah, and so I think like that is a cool idea to have skill and then speed, right? And then skill and then speed, like based off of speed and stuff. But like, I didn't like that if you didn't make it to the next one, then you didn't even get to do the new movement, like to try it. And it was a brand new movement, right? It was different if they're like, if they introduced the crossover, double under crossovers at the semifinals and everybody had already done them. But it was like, hey, you guys, here's the newest movement, and if you make it through the first 2 rounds, then you get to practice it. Lindsay says, but at that level, they should be able to execute single unders.
I think that was the point of the workout, like to your point.
Yeah.
They were going to weed people out for making one mistake, pressure and execution.
Yeah, it's like, well, how do you go fast as you can and risk fucking up? Or do you slow it down and not have much risk, but then you let somebody beat you because they went faster than you? So it's like you got to ride that line, but
yeah.
I don't know. That'd be cool to see, is if they did something like that again, but changed it somehow. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that option. I really liked. I think everybody liked the Capitol too. That was cool to see.
That was
especially
a neat event.
if you were there in person. Like that just looks so badass.
Yeah, the people rallying behind. Who was that? The last one.
Rebecca Fuselier, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be a cool energy to be part of. Even if you can't pick that bag up, you're still gonna try.
Yeah, and look at her, dude. She's like a fucking CrossFit hero from that. Like I don't know her following beforehand, but it was like, very few, and now she's huge
Yeah, she's a little
because
girl too.
she finished that and she didn't give up, and everybody like it was it showed the heart to just be able to do it. It was cool.
Yeah, what is it, the Hossafell stone or whatever it's supposed to mimic? That's almost as big as she is. That's rough.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, because
She's tiny. She's small like Mal. She's tiny.
yeah. I think Mal weighs 127 or something, 130. I wanted to see Rebecca's number. Doesn't say. I think I want to say she's probably 125, 130 or so.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's so impressive. Like not only Rebecca, but like Mal and Tia are tiny and they lift fucking insane weights still.
They lift more than us.
Right. Well, not only do they lift more than us, but like, some of the bigger girls, Danny Spiegel,
Yeah.
Brooke Wells, are like the 150. I think Danny Spiegel's up to closer to 170. But like, and she's strong as fuck. But then you have Mal and Tia who are 30 pounds less and like lifting fairly close numbers. It's just
Absolutely.
impressive and insane. It's crazy to think about. Oh man.
So we were talking about hero wads.
Yeah.
How do you approach a hero wad mentally? Like, I mean, really, the whole spectrum of like the implication of what is the reason for it. How do you get yourself in the correct mindset for a hero wad? Because you look at it and you're like, it's absolute shit. You see it and you're like, I don't want to do this even a little bit. So then, how do you get yourself there?
So I think you have to remember why you're doing it, right? So that's the process of like, okay, we're doing this hero workout because this person is no longer here. Would they wish that they could be doing this workout even though it's fucking terrible? Fuck yeah. Right?
Yeah.
They wish, no matter how hard this workout is, that person wishes they could be doing it too. And it's like, yeah, this workout's hard, but it's going to end. And then in 10 minutes, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk around and I'm going to feel fine. And I'm going to feel good about doing it, right?
Yeah, you might hurt all weekend, but you're
going to feel
survived.
accomplished. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're exactly that. You literally survived and that person didn't survive. And you got to remember that and take like a little inventory of your mindset. And yeah, it's going to be fucking hard, but you get to live another day. And that's the meaning behind the hero workout in general, right? Is to honor that person and to, no matter how hard the workout is or how bad it gets, are you alive still?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, then it's not a big deal.
No, absolutely.
Don't be a fucking bitch. Just do the workout.
We always focus on like Murph and we prep for Murph and we get really excited about Murph, but there's a lot of hero workouts. And there's a lot of reasons to remember why it's important.
Yep.
I don't know. My dad served, seeing people at like the Vietnam Memorial, seeing that stuff. I understand the mindset of knowing where your friends aren't here anymore. You can literally point to it on a wall. So if you can do that, you can remember how to dig deep for 32 minutes of an AMRAP.
Yep. Yeah, and you just fucking do it, right? Because it's not about you, too. That's another thing people need to realize is it's not about you doing the workout. Nobody cares that it hurts or that you can't breathe, right? Everyone doing it feels the same way.
Yeah.
They're all hurting. They can't breathe too. So just do it. I don't know. It's like, so my mindset going into it is realizing like, yeah, I'm going to be fine after I complete it. I'm going to feel good about it, accomplished. But just like, does that person that you're doing the hero workout for, to remember them, do they wish they were alive with you doing it right beside you? Fuck yeah, they do.
So you coach that? Do you express that to your class on a hero workout days?
I try to. Yeah. I do. I always try to give a little heartfelt speech before we start that like it's basically saying just that, today is not about you. It is about Michael Murphy, or it's about Randy, or it's about, insert hero here. It's about Ed on Friday when we're going to do it for the gym, right? So I try to give a little speech on it or a little reminder that, yeah, it's going to be hard. You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to stop or whatever it is. The 9/11 workout. That's one. The 9/11 workout is, I can honestly say, it's the hardest workout I've ever done.
Our 9/11 workout is awful.
Yeah. Our 9/11 workout that we do, that we've done, I think, the last 3 or 4 years at Double Edge is by far the hardest workout I've ever done.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think a lot of people would agree with that. It's fucked up.
I haven't even gotten close to finishing yet. It puts me in the dirt within 15, 20 minutes. It's bad.
I just remember doing the fucking burpee box jump overs, like, and I'm pretty good at burpee box jump overs, right? Like, I usually don't stop moving, and I remember I would lay on the ground for 5 seconds before I would get up, and that I usually don't do that. I'm usually like, I don't have to go super fast all the time on burpee box jump overs, but like, I remember I'd lay on the floor, stare at my box, and be like, what the fuck? This hurts so fucking bad.
I just the grief burpee is
Yeah, exactly.
all there.
Feeling sorry for yourself. And that's another part of it, right? Is you start to feel sorry for yourself. But going back to it, like, other than the 9/11 is like, so I try to give a heartfelt speech and be like, yeah, it's going to be hard, blah, blah, blah. You know, those things, not blah, 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 but it's going to be hard. You're going to want to give up. But then I also try to remind them, like, at the end of the day, it's just another workout.
Yeah.
We do hard workouts all the time. They might not be as hard as this, but we do them every day. Every day is a hard workout. You come in. And I say the same type of speech for, like, with hard workouts when people get all nervous, and I get nervous too, but like for the open.
Yeah.
Right? The open rolls around and everyone's all nervous, and I'm trying to try. It's just another workout. That's it. Yeah, there's a little bit more meaning to it, or like you have a leaderboard or your score, but like at the end of the day, it's just another one. Every day you come in and it's fucking hard. Some days are harder.
As hard
than
as you
others.
want it to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But just remembering the meaning behind it too is, and why we're doing it, and checking in with yourself and trying to have fun with it too. Like,
Yeah.
enjoy it while you can, and enjoy it while you're doing it. Take pride in knowing that you're fucking doing this hard workout. You're suffering through this task that's very hard. Take pride in knowing that you're not going to give up and that you are going to push through. You're going to see it through to the end. And you're not going to walk in and look at the whiteboard and be like, fuck that, I'm not doing that today, and walk out. Like, how weak can you be if you look at that and you then don't do it, you know, whatever it is.
I think we just need a reminder sometimes for
sure.
everybody to get on the same page that the reason for the hero workout is it's bigger than the workout.
Yeah, well said. And then, yeah, like, I don't know. This is a kind of a morbid question, but speaking of hero workouts, what would your hero workout be?
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. See, that's the thing, is that you don't get to pick your own hero workout.
Yeah, well, what do you think people would write your hero workout as? That's kind of scary to say.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that if somebody had to write my hero workout, it'd be Chris, because she knows what I like and don't like.
yeah. So it's like,
And I can
Go ahead.
guarantee you it is heavy deadlifts, assault bite, and bar muscle ups. Whatever horrible concoction of reps and calories that would end up being. Something like 225 deadlift, 50 cals on the bike, 50 deadlifts, and whatever, maybe 50 pull-ups. And then you go down to 40 of cals, deadlifts, and chest to bar, and then 30 of cals, deadlifts, and muscle ups, or something just awful like that. Because that's pretty much my favorite things in CrossFit. The assault bike, any sort of deadlift workout, whether it's heavy or just a crap ton of reps. And I love bar muscle ups. I like pull ups. I like toes to bar. I like basic gymnastics. What's yours?
fuck, I don't know. But yours sounds good, dude. Yeah, yours sounds awful. And I'd say the same thing for you. Heavy deadlifts.
Either heavy or a lot. It doesn't
Yeah,
make
heavy or a lot, yeah. 1,000 deadlifts at 315.
100. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, it might be something like that. Just 100 deadlifts at 315 for time.
Is 100 enough? I feel like 100 is not enough.
Or even 150. Dude,
Well,
that's so many deadlifts,
I mean,
dude.
it would be a lot for, I guess, the average person, or like us, or me.
That would be spirit breaking for people. 100
Let's
deadlifts.
let's say you're doing 100 at 315 tomorrow. What do you do? You just do tens probably, right?
10 sets of 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be worried about 10s as a 10?
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Get dicey at like 60?
Yeah, I think it would go a lot like when you go into Murph and you're gonna break up the pull-ups and you always have a good plan and the plan goes to shit at around 55.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing. Like you're gonna have a plan and then it's gonna go to hell. I think you end up in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 territory at the end of that.
Yeah. Dude, 100 dollars, 315.
Oh,
That has to be a workout, but let's catch up. Lindsay says I'm in until chest to bar and muscle ups, but I'll get there.
yeah. Code's hero workout. I want to hear what you say first.
198. What is this? Oh,
198.
1980, 84.
Yeah. That's too many. Somebody die like that. That's not.
What about you have to? Something that would like I just thought about this is like 1984. It's a tall, high number. Is like you have to lift 1,984 pounds for cumulative load or something like that.
That's
but
seven. That's 7 reps at 315.
You're right. Oh yeah, it's not that heavy. You're right.
Not enough.
When you put it that way, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you can only do one of each movement? That would be sick. So you do a deadlift at 405, and then you move on to
a snatch and whatever.
Snatch at 185, and then
that'd be fun.
Something like that would be interesting.
You'd get into some dicey stuff.
It'd be like your total, but like with everything, and you do one every movement. So then you get through the barbell, like you did your bench and all that stuff. And you're like 1,300 pounds, and you grab a dumbbell. You do a dumbbell snatch at 80 or something, and then you do a dumbbell strict press at I don't know.
Honestly, that sounds like a fun time.
That'd be cool.
I'm in on that.
Oh man, mine would be just like it would definitely be handstand walks. Whoever writes it for me,
100%.
Yeah, that's obviously one of my favorite moves. I don't know, something about them. They're just so fun. Like I don't know why. I like gymnastics, and it's funny because not everybody, but I've been asked multiple times if I was like a gymnast. And like I'm like, fuck, I wish I was. Like I'm not that good. But everyone's like, dude, you're just like you move so well on the bar and the rings, and like I appreciate the compliment, but it's like I don't think I move that well. But I don't know, I just enjoy it so much. So I guess that's why I'm decent at it, is because I really like it. But it'd be a lot of gymnastics, a lot of burpees.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like burpee box jump overs and handstand walking. And like bar muscle ups or something.
I was thinking if I had to write something for you, it would be thrusters at a light weight for a lot of reps, handstand walks, and bar facing burpees or burpee box jump overs.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Something really painful, and you have to actually be able to get through the handstand walks.
Yeah.
That is morbid, but see, that's the fun thing.
It is.
Your birthday wads. That's what you get to practice with. Are you changing your birthday wad this year?
No, I'll keep it the same as this year now. Okay. So I changed it from last year because it was just like it was a 28-minute EMOM of, I think it was like muscle ups and GHDs and stuff, which obviously those are my favorites, but like it wasn't something that you could measure.
I think you did total rounds complete because it had rings or something.
Yeah, I did, but if you can't do a ring muscle up and you've been going to CrossFit for 5 years and you're not trying to get a ring muscle up, you're not going to get one next year.
That's true.
It would be for the people who tried. And so I was like, so I changed it this year to have like a retest ability to it. And everybody seemed to like it, which was cool. I fucking hated it. Like I liked it, but it was hard as fuck. I had arm pump on. I was worried like on my last couple doubles press that the dumbbell was gonna like fly out of my hand. Like I couldn't hang on to it anymore. It was grippy.
Yeah, that's a good workout.
So yeah, I'll keep that, and that'd be cool to retest for next year too.
I like that.
But yeah, that's a good point. You do get to practice with your birthday ones.
Yeah, there it is. Get to run some ideas out there.
You could write in your will your hero or your memorial workout. Like, we keep calling it a hero workout. I guess that's a memorial workout. But
it is a memorial workout. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're not heroes, but yeah, you could write you have your will, and it's like this is so morbid. Fuck.
It's too far, man.
But you're reading it. It's like
Yeah.
for Cody requests, everyone at class does this. It's like
You've got your gravestone and you've got your final workout, your parting shot. That's hard. Like that's not just daily programming. That's programming. That's programming the one perfect workout.
Yep.
That's a lot of responsibility where you look at for what's coming up this week.
Yeah.
Somebody had to sit down and write that, and that's hard.
Yeah. So like, I'm pretty sure Jacob sat down with Derek. I think he sat down with Wayne. He sat down with Joaquin. People close to Ed. I think those were probably the three closest, or the three people that he sat down with, and they talked about like, movements that he liked and didn't like. I know the double unders are in there because he hated double unders and he sucked at them. I know that. That's what Jacob told me, which is funny. So that's why they're in there for Friday. But yeah, like it was a good topic to bring up, is like, because we're doing one here, it's a local or a one close to us hero memorial workout, but
Just
yeah,
remembering
you just
why,
have
man.
to, exactly. Like, and it hits a little more closer to home to us, obviously, because of us knowing him or him going to our gym and whatnot. But like, if someone was dropping in on Friday and they're like, "Oh, we're doing a hero workout for this guy named Ed," they're not going to be like, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I didn't know Ed." Right? They would do it anyway. Just like, we don't know Michael Murphy, we don't know Kalsu, we don't know Randy.
Yeah,
We
my
do it
favorite,
anyway,
DT,
though.
man.
We don't know
Just do it.
DT, right? Oh, but exactly. Like, but you do it because it's that reason of the memorial, and because that's the whole point of it. So like, it hits closer to home. I guess my whole point is like, you don't have to know the person for it to mean something to you, or for you to honor them or pay respects.
I actually think that's one of the cooler things that CrossFit does is it's a hero workout, memorial workout, whatever you want to call it. It's just cool to see. And then even on .com sometimes you'll see they'll name a workout after an athlete. Like they'll do like a workout Tia Toomey, and it'll be things that she's good at or whatever, and it'll be up there for people to do, log their scores.
Yeah, I know Morning Chalk Up does that. I think they have a weekly workout.
Maybe that's where it is. Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
That's probably
Morning
what you're
Chalk
thinking
Up.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they write one, I think, every week, maybe every couple of days, where they will showcase Tia Toomey or who
Yeah,
exactly,
whomever.
Yeah, which is cool. But I don't know. You just got to remember why you're doing it, and that goes for any workout, right? Like, yeah, you don't have to get all deep if it's just a normal class workout or like a normal day, but remember why you're doing it, right? Ask yourself that. And you're doing a normal class workout and you want to give up, it's like, so does everybody else. Right? You look around and you're like, oh, these guys are still going. I'll keep going. I talked about that before, but
Yeah, it's finding your why. That's important. That's
your
important
why.
if you're going to find a way to keep going to the gym.
exactly.
Finding your why is important. And honestly, if you're able to find your why for something like taking care of yourself, it's a lot easier to find your why for things you don't want to do. Like at work, everybody has things they don't want to do.
Yeah, but you do it anyway.
You have to.
Do it anyway, dude. And you can't take care of other people if you take care of yourself first.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm. What's going on with your CrossFit journey? Where are you at currently?
So my goal is to make the quarterfinals when I age up into the 40 to 44, because I don't think I can make it next year, but we'll try. I was at 81% this year. But so now we're starting to fill in the holes. Mobility is one of them, because there's still things that I can't do. Dumbbell squat snatch. Strong enough. I just can't physically hold that position with anything past like 35 pounds.
Can you overhead squat it? If you get in position and then
if I can hold it up, I have no problems with that. My problem is getting into position. Like
so catching it in the squat or getting down there.
Yeah, losing the dumbbell is the problem. It just goes forward. So that, and then I'm starting to get to the point where I've checked the box on being able to do one of everything, and now I need to get better at doing more of everything. Like ring muscle ups, for example, is a big one. Building capacity on gymnastics. So this week we did that EMOM on Friday. in our class, which was supposed to be 1 to 5 bar muscle ups, and I alternated to ring muscle ups. And that's kind of the goal for this year, is to be able to see a workout in the open and then execute ring muscle ups.
A good spot to be in is when you look at a workout and you're like not worried about it because of not being able to do the movement.
Yeah. I think that this year was the first time I'm starting to see workouts where I'm not worried about the weight on the bar or the movements anymore. I'm confident I can do them all. And then it's more about thinking about how I want to handle it and developing a game plan to like manage my heart rate and things I didn't have to think about before.
Yeah, like you get a lot of confidence when you can look at a workout and be like, yeah, that's heavy, but at least I can do it. Or yeah, that's a lot of reps, but at least I can do a couple, or I can chip away at it. Like, and that's why I always tell people, like, try to get a baseline, like you just said, right? You can do one of everything, or you're close to it, and then you work on it. You work on the next part, which is getting more reps, or getting more comfortable with that weight, or hitting it at that weight more consistently.
Yeah, like
that's the dream.
Yeah, it's still the dream. I promise. Our workout
It's the dream
together
for everybody.
the workout we did together on Saturday was a good example of that. I didn't know how doing muscle ups at that fatigue would go, and there's only one way to find out. So we're you got to keep building. So what's on? Okay, you made the quarterfinals and you didn't even do the workouts. So
Yeah.
what is? Why not? I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
Okay,
Why
put me on the
not?
spot, dude. Let's do it.
Why didn't you do them? Like a real full answer. And then what's next for Code? CrossFit related? Are you gonna go into bodybuilding kind of stuff? Like, are you going for aesthetics? Like, I obviously still doing CrossFit, but like, what's your focus for the next year or two? So start with the quarterfinals. Why not?
So why not? Easiest answer is because I didn't want to pay for it.
It's a good answer, because honestly, for most of us, it's a waste of money.
Can we talk about that really quick as to like that in general? Just like not only so I didn't pay for it, it's $50, right? So okay, we paid $20 to sign up for the Open.
Okay.
It's not the best. Like okay, yeah, it's whatever. It's $20. Like you don't feel happy that you're spending it. And you're like, yay, $20 to sign up. But you're like, all right, I'll do it. It's $20. Okay.
Just lit it on fire. It's gone now.
Exactly. And I understand supporting CrossFit. Like they give you a infrastructure, and you get a leaderboard, and you submit your scores and all that stuff, right? You got to support the company and the business and the name. But there's $20, okay? And then you make quarterfinals. All right, now you have to pay another $50 to do the 5 workouts or to get another leaderboard. Also, you know what they also did is you don't get a worldwide ranking. Not that it matters. I don't give a shit about it. But you don't get a worldwide ranking unless you sign up for the quarterfinals. So like I signed up last year, so I was like 6,300 or something in the world, and they came out with this worldwide ranking thing this last year for 2023.
Okay.
So if you go to CrossFit.com and you there's they have a whole PDF or a whole download. You can download that. You can type in Cody Birch and it'll pop up with 6,300 or whatever, and I'm in there. Well, next year I won't be in there because I didn't pay for the quarterfinals, so I won't have a worldwide ranking now. Which is fine, like not a big deal, but it's just funny that they won't give you a certain thing unless you pay. Okay, but it's $50, so you just pay 20. Now you have to pay 50. It's $70. Like, I don't know. To some people that's a nothing, but to some it's also a decent amount. Me and Lindsay were getting married in 5 months, and it was like $100 for both of us
It's real.
to get 3,000th place or whatever, right? That's the easiest way to say it. We pay $50. I finish in 3,000th place, whatever, arbitrary number, and that's it. That's the end of the road.
Okay.
And it was like boom. But that's my answer for that. But then taking it a step further, this is like going into paying for like CrossFit. I don't know how much a semifinals ticket is or like an entry fee. I should have probably looked that up or could get that number. But this kind of goes back to quarterfinals. Is if you're a normal 9 to 5, you deliver packages for UPS or whatever, like, you're a good example. How the fuck are you going to do 5 workouts for the quarterfinals in a 4-day span when you're slammed busy with just normal life, right? So
Okay.
you get the workouts come out Wednesday or Thursday at 12. You have until Sunday to do 5 workouts. But not only that, you have to do 2 by Friday at 12. You have to do 2 by Saturday at 12. You have to do your last one by Sunday at 12. If you work a normal job, you can only do the 5 a.m. class, and you have to bust out 2 to 3 workouts and then turn in your score, and then you have to do it again on Saturday and then turn in your score and then do it again on Sunday. Like, it's not friendly towards a normal person or people who don't work in a gym or don't have an open schedule or aren't competing for a living or trying to get to the next step. So it's just like, that's just another point. Talk about that for a while. But what goes with that is the money part of it and how people have to fund their way. And it's fucking expensive to keep on going.
That's for sure. It is very expensive. Because I think, as you can see, the costs are going up. I would imagine the semifinals is what,
if I
$300 or something?
Yeah, like a
it's
minimum.
Gonna be something big, yeah.
Right. So not only so let's say it's a $200 entry fee or a ticket or something like that.
Okay.
It's probably not going to be close to you, right? I think they have 12 total semifinals in the world. Well, I don't know, arbitrary numbers, right? But there's going to be one in the West Coast, so we'll say it's in Vegas. I think it was in Vegas last year or 2 years ago. Okay. Well, that's an airplane ticket that I have to pay for. I have to pay for my hotel for 3 nights, and then I have to fly back. All right.
And you're going to miss work probably, at least
probably
one
miss
day.
work. I'm probably out $700-800 just to make it to the semifinals. Yeah. And if I'm not top of the tier semifinal athlete, I finish in 38th place, I just spent $800 out of my pocket to that be the end of my road.
That's true.
Which, right, you need the experience, you need it, but like that's all fucking expensive ass weekend. Just for your season to stop right there.
There's
right?
better places to spend that money.
You could spend $800 in a lot of good spots and get some better result. I don't know what but
even in Vegas, there's a lot better places to spend $800, man.
Yeah, so like I've been talking with people about this. Like I compare it to Supercross because I'm a big fan of like watching Supercross, and it's the same thing with Supercross. Like you have to live and breathe Supercross every weekend, every day. Be riding. You're basically like the kids. They're starting young. They're homeschooled. Same thing with like a CrossFitter, right? Like Mal O'Brien, she's been doing it since she was like 9 or something, and she's homeschooled or she does school online because she does school at the gym, does her homework in between workouts or goes home and then before her second session. Anywho, you have to do all these things and just to probably not make it further than
that's true.
The semifinals or make it to the next step. And you have to where did I hear it? I think it was on Go to Bed actually. And Alex made a good point. I think he heard it somewhere, but it was like, imagine if LeBron James had to pay every time to step onto the court. Like he had to buy his ticket to play for the Lakers every night.
Every night he's got to pony up.
He has an entry fee of
$50,000.
Right, whatever it is.
He's a pro athlete, so it's $50,000, man.
Okay, so he has to pay $50,000 to play a game tonight, and then tomorrow night they're traveling to Boston. He has to pay another ticket, right? Or insert player here. Like that's not a thing. Obviously, they're on a team.
Yeah.
But so like it's just crazy if you think about it like that. It's like fuck.
Well, some of the professional athlete stuff, PGA Tour, that's expensive, and and you're not on a team. You pay your own travel, and if you don't make the cut at events, you're literally out like 4 G's. It's just gone.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's scary. Those guys have so much pressure to perform. The PGA Tour is scary.
So that's another sport that it's so hard to be good in general because of the skill level and how challenging it is to get up there, but then also to be able to fund it.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's only on individual sports.
It is. It's actually almost entirely individual sports. I would agree with that.
Mountain biking, right? You have to pay for your ticket to race. It's just crazy to think about. And CrossFit's the same way. So long answer is that. Short answer was I didn't want to spend another $50 to get 3,000th place.
Okay. It's a respectable answer.
Lindsay says, When you make the USA swimming national team, they pay, but until then, you pay. Yeah, so when you are in the bottom 99.999 percentile, you have to pay. Just like in CrossFit,
Still
right?
pay.
When you're in
Yeah.
the bottom 99.999 percentile of CrossFit, you have to pay yourself.
That's right.
There are a lot of grants, but how much time does it take to fill out all the apps? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
that's
like...
true.
So, yeah, there's that.
That's the why.
That's
so
why.
What's next?
What's next is, man, that's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. Like, I haven't been doing a lot of competitive programming recently. Last time I've done, like, followed a strict program for competitive stuff is last year, I want to say. I think it all changed when my schedule changed.
Okay.
I think that's a part of it. I think a part of it, too, is that I was actually talking to Lindsay about this yesterday, is that, like, talking about the quarterfinals, and it's like, I don't care as much about it. And
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because I remember I talked to a lot of people about this, and I would always give JP shit because he wouldn't sign up for the Open. And then he'd be like, don't worry, you'll see one day when you have kids and you're getting married and all this. And we're not quite there. But it's like, I was telling Lindsay this yesterday. I was like, man, JP was right. I don't care about it that much anymore to sign up and do these crazy competitive things. Just in general, I think I just kind of like, I'm cool with doing normal stuff or like here every now and again, or I'll do it for fun. But also like when my schedule changed, when I took over morning classes, I love mornings, but I love doing group class. It's so fun to do group class with everybody,
It is.
right? With all your friends. It's fun to work, and competitive programming is hard to follow by yourself. I think that's actually the biggest reason why, the biggest answer why I haven't is it would just be me and Lindsay doing it together, which is fine. Like we liked working out together, but it's like, it's so much more fun to have 15 other people doing it with you.
Yeah.
So schedule change. And if I wanted to do double day, or if I wanted to follow competitive programming, I wouldn't be able to do class anymore unless I'm fucking doing insane amounts of programming or training. And that'd be like double days, but not only I could get away with it a little bit before my schedule changed because I would do a session in the morning and then I would, I would do, how would I do it? I'm trying to think of my schedule. I would like do a competitive session at like 10, work out till like 11:30, take a break, have lunch. Then I would do class at 12. And then, so it was like kind of close to it.
Okay.
And then I would coach. And that would only happen sometimes, or I wouldn't do class at all. And then once we started doing class all the time, I was like, fuck, I don't want to stop doing class. And the volume to do what I was saying with starting at like 10 and then going to classes, it's a lot of programming. It's a lot of volume. And not only that, the competitive stuff doesn't know what I'm doing in class. So I might do toe to bar in a workout for competitive stuff, and then in class, I'm doing toes to bar again. So it's like give up class to follow competitive stuff, or double up on the volume, or give up the competitive programming. I was like, I'll give up the competitive programming and have fun with doing class with all my friends.
It's a good plan.
That was a long-winded answer, but I don't know. I'm not
So
as fired up
what's
about
next
doing
now?
competitive stuff. What's
Are you just
next?
yeah. Like, do you have goals left with fitness, or are you just staying fit? What's your goal?
You know what's funny is like when we talk about it, or like when I see like a cool workout, or I like see someone's cool competitive programming, I'm like, fuck, dude, that looks so fun. I want to sign up for that program, or I want to do that starting tomorrow. And I'll get all like motivated for today, and I'll be like, all right, tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, boom. And then it will roll around and I'll do it. And then I'll do class after. And either one or two things will happen. I'll be like, fuck, that was a lot of volume. I'm not going to be able to keep up with that. Or it's like two. I guess not even two. I guess that's the only thing that happens. It's like, fuck, that was a lot of volume. And I need to assess, am I going to be able to keep on doing this volume because I don't want to give up group class? Or am I just going to say, fuck it, and go back to doing group class?
Okay.
So, I don't know, dude. I don't know what my goals are or like what I have next, to be honest.
There's
I'm
nothing
not
wrong with that.
I'm not going to be a bodybuilder. I'm not going to be a power lifter. I'm not going to go strongman or anything like that. I'm still going to do CrossFit.
We're not going to see
But
205-pound Code this year. Just walking in
fuck
30,
no.
30 pounds bigger.
205.
205, just all in.
That's not even or that's fat Code 205.
That's Code calling California hormones, walking in just jacked out of his mind. 30 pounds.
Would that even be possible? People have a certain weight that they like can't or like a right?
You're big enough to carry that.
You think so?
You could get to 205.
And that'd be like my cap though, right?
Yeah, that's like genetics.
Like people are capped out at a certain weight.
Even with TRT, like you're capped. You'd have to actually go on genuine steroid cycles to go further than probably 195, 205 in that bubble.
Dude, can we imagine if I was actually 205? Like, what the fuck?
I can. You'd be back squatting 500 pounds.
Yeah, it'd also be a fucking meatloaf.
You'd look like Colton Mertens, man. You'd just be
I
juiced.
would like Colton Mertens. He's shorter than me, obviously, but like it would be like wide.
Similar body structure, for sure.
How tall is he? He's like 5'6", 5'5".
Yeah, he's a small dude.
Yeah. He moves some fucking weight. That guy is awesome. I love him.
That guy is literally the definition of genetic capacity. Like he's at the end of it. There's no more for that guy to put on.
Oh, like, okay, so you think he's capped?
He's
That's what I
there.
mean.
There's no possible way he's going to take it much further without exogenous hormone use.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not going to see 205 Code.
Okay.
Is the way to answer that. But I don't know. I don't
eat
think
for that. You'd have to eat. That's
fuck
not
yeah,
your
dude.
thing.
And it's not because eating is hard for me, or like eating a lot is hard for me. And I don't know why. I don't know if it goes back to old habits, like being fat, and I get scared, or like mentally I don't do it because deep down I'm afraid of it or something. But like I don't have the answer for that. I don't know the reason, but it's hard for me to eat a lot. I feel like I eat a lot too. That's the issue, I think, is like I will have a big meal and I'm like, fuck, that was a lot of food. And then I'm like, but I need to eat way more if I want to get bigger, but I can't because I feel like I ate a lot already.
I can relate to the mental block. I have some body dysmorphia stuff for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's such a weird fucking thing. But I think when you and I, like when we have a background from it or we came from that, it's like it makes sense because we don't want to go back to it, or even though we never will, I would say, right? We're far enough along that would never happen. But there's still something there.
I think there's something to be said for that too. The collective group of people that you're around, if you continue to surround yourself with those people, I don't think they would let you go back either. Someone would intervene. Someone would have that conversation. Someone would have the hard talk. Yo, Code, you're gonna have to cool it at Burger King. We need to rein this back.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. That's the cool part about the CrossFit community is if you build something based off of honesty with your peers, they'll keep you honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and they care about you, right? They'd be like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Code's he's fucking looking hefty over there.
Code keeps walking in with a couple brown bags every day from Jack in the Box.
Double big gulp in hand and shit. It's kind of funny to talk about because that's what I would do back then.
Yeah.
I'd be walking around and I would, have that in my hand. I'd be in my truck or whatever.
How I want to say you were there, and I gotta see if I can remember this. This had to be almost 15 years ago. I want to say you and me and Chris
2008.
went to a Jack in the Box. It was one of the first times I ever met you, and we hung out in the parking lot and ate Jack in the Box at like 2 a.m. The one off of Prater and McCarran.
I don't remember specifically, but I don't doubt that happening.
It was like a 2 a.m. Let's all go get food. Everybody was playing a World of Warcraft. I was just learning how to play that game, and I swear to God, we went and ate in a parking lot. Like, it's just like it's pretty close to near bottom for me. I'm like 300 pounds with $18 worth of fast food, and we're just standing in the parking lot eating it, talking about World of Warcraft.
Oh my God, near bottom.
It was a near bottom experience.
Holy fuck, that got me.
But
I don't remember that one specifically, but it sounds like something like we would do. There was definitely nights and weekends where that would happen with Kyle and with Brandon and with Chris and stuff. So I'm sure we brought you along too because
think that's what
we had
happened,
done that before. Yeah. Dude, I remember that was like a weekly. It's funny because that was basically a weekly thing for us, right? We would a lot of times it was at Brandon's house. Brandon's spot house was the spot because I don't know why. Maybe because Kyle lived there, I think is why. So Kyle moved in with Brandon and lived with him for because then Kyle obviously ended up eventually moving in with Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact story or reason, but Brandon's house was the house to basically land at all the time. We would kind of bounce around, but it was always Brandon. I think it was just because Kyle was already there, so I was like, Cody, come over, Chris, come over. But dude, it would be Saturday night, and we would go over, or I would go over there. There's another part of this, or like, there's other versions of this story where I would go over. Like I don't know why I had this weird thing, but they would invite me over. And I would say, okay, I'll be over there. I'll come over soon or whatever. Like 3 hours would go by. I hadn't gone over there yet. I don't know why. So at this point, it's like 11 or fucking midnight. And then I would finally decide, I don't know what the fuck was in my mind. I just didn't want to leave or something. But I did want to, but I didn't. It's weird. Fucking 15-year-old, 16-year-old mindset. Anywho, I would eventually then go over. I'd bring my laptop. I would set it up or set it on the counter, and then I would fall asleep. I would never play. Like I would never. I don't know. Anywho, so they would always make fun of me for that. Is like, all right, Code, we'll see you in 4 hours, and then I get there and I go to bed. Perfect. So that's one version or one instance that would happen. Another instance that would happen is I would actually go over and we would land all night, and it's like 3 a.m, and there was a Jack in the Box. It's still there. It's the one by off. What is that? Neil? No, it's not Neil. Is it Virginia and I guess it's McCarran by like Trader Joe's.
Yeah. The one on the corner right next to Meadowwood.
What is it? Yeah, right there.
It's off Meadowwood. That's what the street is.
Meadowwood Crossing or something.
Circle,
I can't think of the name. Right there.
Yeah, right on the corner.
That Jack in the Box was open. It's open 24/7. I think it still is. They would always have the car meets there too, or the car meets would always meet there. All the car guys. So like we would, anywho. So we would go there. It's like 2 a.m. 4 of us kids were in Brandon's car. Oh, that was another. This is actually this is like pre-16. I didn't have a car at this point, so my parents would drop me off. Because Brandon was old enough to drive. Obviously, he's a little older than me. But so we'd ride in Brandon's car. We'd drive to Jack in the Box, and there's all these cars there for a car meet. And like sometimes the cops would show up, and so they wouldn't be there. Or like they'd all be rolling out, and then you hear sirens. But we go to the Jack in the Box. We pull up, and like we're like blasting music. Like we're not bad kids. Like we weren't doing anything stupid, like bad or like being hooligans. We were just being fucking silly. Yeah. So like we'd be like blasting like Bass Hunter or like Cascada, like just some techno shit, electronic music, and it'd be like blasting, and like we'd pull up to the drive-thru and like turn it down. We always order fucking tacos. Yeah, pretty much always just like tacos and French fries. By the way, Jack in the Box tacos are like they're shit, but they're good.
Okay. I was always fond of the chicken sandwich, man.
Okay. So that was like my favorite, but I wouldn't get that when we were landing. That would be my meal. Jack spicy chicken, dude, with cheese. Yeah. Oh, see, I know the order. It's still there.
It's good, man.
But we would because we'd order like 20 tacos and we would just share them all, or like we'd each get 4 or whatever.
And they were all like $1 back in the day, like 2 for $1 or something.
2 for $1, dude. They used to be called Monster Tacos. I think that they changed the name or something. No, they're just.
It's not the same anymore, man. Jack in the Box is expensive.
Dude, they would just they're fucking throw them in the deep fryer. Oh, so good. Yeah. And you grab ranch. You get ranch and order ranch with it. You dip the tacos in ranch. It sounds weird, but it was the thing that we did. Anywho, so we go to Jack in the Box, and where I'm going with this is we would then pull out and we would just hang out in the parking lot and eat our tacos and talk about World of Warcraft and talk about what we're going to do when we get back home.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was a common thing. That was our weekly Saturday night. And then we drive home and play.
Sleeping 2.5 hours, eating 4,500 calories. Yeah, no, it sends me back, man.
Dude. Oh my God. And then so we Brandon had this weird thing that. So Brandon slept in. And it was interesting because I didn't sleep in ever. I've always woke up early until like college, and that was because I worked fucking late swing shift. But So we would go to bed, or I would go to bed a little bit before them because I always fell asleep, right? I said that. Like, I would get there and fall asleep. But we'd get back home, and, like, I'd fall asleep at, like, 2 or 3. Those guys would stay up and play until 4, 5, 6. And by that time, I would be waking up, like, either because I just woke up, or
just rejuvenated.
yeah, or they would be waking me up because they're fucking loud, like, when they're turning their shit off, or, like, I would wake up. Anywho, Brandon would sleep fucking all day. So he had this thing that he never really got to experience, like, the morning. And he liked brisk mornings. Right? So he would go for a run. I swear to God. It's like 3 in the morning. And, like, we get home from Jack in the Box. He would go for, like, a jog in the brisk cold morning. It's like 3 a.m. just to, like, enjoy the cold air in the nighttime or the early morning. Because he knew he was going to sleep until, like, 2 p.m. And it was funny. He's like, I'm going to go for a run, guys. And me and Kyle and Chris, we're just like, what the fuck? We're sitting there playing. Oh, man, I just thought about that. That's so funny.
It's the old days, man.
And then I call my mom. All right, Mom, come pick me up. It's like 7 in the morning. Come pick me up. Boom. Grab my laptop, go home, play WoW the rest of the day.
Hook it back up. Talk about going back over there again.
Yeah, it's actually, you know what's funny about, like, things like that and like LANing is we would play sometimes, but a lot of times we would just hang out but not play, even though we had planned on playing.
Yeah.
Like, we'd bring our computers and we'd be like, all right, we're going to do this. And we would play a little bit, but a lot of it was just like, just hanging out. Even though we were like, yeah, let's play WoW tonight or all night. Or actually, a lot of it was us just watching one person play.
It was before Twitch, man. You had your
literally before live streaming. Like, this is like do you remember Justin TV?
I do.
So I don't remember the story, like, why it went from Justin TV to Twitch TV, and, like, but Justin TV was Twitch before it was Twitch.
Correct.
And this is pre that. This is when you wanted to watch your friends play. You sat behind them and watched, or we would all take turns. We would play. Do you ever play Amnesia? Scary game Amnesia.
Yeah, I remember that game from way back in the day.
Yeah, like one of the scariest fucking games I've ever played. And so we would go over, same crew, me, Brandon, Kyle, and Chris. We'd be at Brandon's house. We'd turn off all the lights, and we would all take turns playing. we put on the headphones, and we all sit and watch each other play. And the music and the volume is turned up like a motherfucker on the headphones, right? So it scares the person more. And, oh my God. Yeah, I just remember Brandon put the headphones on, or, like, he sat down to play. I swear he played for fucking 10 seconds. And, like, some crazy jump scare happened, and he's like, fuck this.
And I'm out.
Yep, literally. And he was out. And we just all started dying laughing. But,
that's funny.
But a lot of it was that, with just, like, hanging out and talking, but not actually playing. Fucking Jack in the Box, dude. When was the last time you had Jack in the Box?
I delivered for like 14 hours in Tahoe last summer, like 2022. And I remember getting it on the way home. And I'm like, I'm going to go. I know exactly what I'm going to order. And I roll up to Jack in the Box to order it. And none of the shit I remember was still on the menu. I was like, fuck. They had something called a really big chicken sandwich. I remember that. And so it was like a chicken sandwich, but I mean, it's just natural progression of how heavy America is now. You can't just have one patty. So it's got 2, and it's got 4 pieces of cheese and 2 pieces of bacon. It's like mayo top and bottom. I pounded like 4 of those things. I was all in. I was like, fuck it. I haven't eaten all day. I hadn't eaten since 8 in the morning. So I had like four of those and a drink.
Dude, fast food is so good when you're eating it. 15 minutes later, you immediately feel like shit.
The regret happened pretty much.
Dude, immediate regret. You, like, as you're eating it, yeah, it's not even 15 minutes. Like 15 minutes, you feel like ultimate shit, but like, like 5 minutes along, it's like a progressive thing, right?
After you finish the first
bite,
one, yeah,
it fucking sets in, dude. It's so crazy. Like I really like Taco Bell, and I haven't had it in a long time. But like, I mean, I used to like all fast food, but I would always get the most shit from Taco Bell because I wanted like everything. So like I would order a Nacho Bel Grande. I'd order a fucking a Crunchwrap Supreme, and then like a chicken quesadilla or like 2 cheesy gordita crunches, like a lot of fucking food, dude.
Okay.
A lot of food, and I get a large Pepsi or a large Mountain Dew or something. But like I remember, I get home, you set the nachos up, and I'm like, oh, this is another point or another thing. When you are eating something like a good meal, like do you set up like a video or something that you want to watch or a movie? Like but you can't eat it until you start, like until it's all set up. Do you do that?
I'm the opposite. I eat
Oh, really?
and like in peace, focused on eating, and I can't watch something while I'm eating because then
Oh.
I guess I can, but I used to do it where I would just crush food, and then I don't even remember eating it. I'm not even sure if I'm fucking satisfied or not anymore. Like I'd sit down with my bag of fast food that I spent $14 on, and I'd be watching something on YouTube, and then I look down and it's gone. And I'm like, well, I
Oh
hope
my
I
God.
enjoyed that. I don't remember eating it. So yeah,
Oh,
fast
that's
food
fucking
and
hilarious.
that's a different kind of
Yeah, that's complete opposite of what I would do. I still do this now, but like even just like my normal dinner or something, if I'm like eating in front of the computer, which doesn't happen very often, I'm usually just downstairs, but like I'll do it on my phone. I want to set up like a podcast or a video or something,
Okay.
and I can't eat until I get it all set up. And what's so funny is I set it all up, right? And I start the podcast or I start a YouTube video, I start watching Hiller, and I go through all this effort, and I finish the food in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? All this effort, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not that interested in the video anymore. Oops, on to the next thing. But I would do that all the time when I would get fast food. I'd be so excited, and I would like look up like a movie to turn on or like a YouTube video to watch or a stream to watch, and I couldn't eat until I had it all set up. Like I wouldn't want, like it was like this ritual. So I like get everything set up, pop open Twitch, pop open a stream, watch it, start eating, and then it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm bored because I wasn't eating anymore.
There's a meal. It's my favorite fast food meal. It's from Carl's Jr. The double Western bacon cheeseburger, crisp cut fries, and I promise you, I will never eat it again in my life because the memory in my brain of that meal is perfect, and I don't want to ruin it.
Oh,
It is.
shit.
It's perfect. It's undefeated. It is the greatest meal of all time, and I'll never do it again because I don't want to ruin that. Because I know if I eat it, I'm gonna feel like ass within like 6 minutes.
Yep.
And I'm gonna remember that all fast food is not good. Like there's no good fast food. But until it's broken in my brain, greatest meal of all time, my favorite meal ever, and I'll just let it. It'll just go that way. Right into the sunset is the
So
greatest meal of
was
all
that your
time.
go-to then back in the
Carl's
day?
Jr. was my thing.
Yeah, like once a week.
Not even, dude. It's like once every couple days. It was
Oh,
right
okay.
next to work. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I was too.
Sometimes twice in a day.
Damn.
Go before work, go after work.
I don't know if I've ever done 2 of the same place in a day, but I've definitely done 3 meals of fast food.
I had no shame, dude. I'd go to McDonald's 7 consecutive meals if that's what time allowed.
Yeah. I remember like, God, dude, we're such degenerates. We were such
See, that's the thing. Is like people don't know. I don't know. Like you get lumped into the idea that we've always been fit or healthy or that's always been your thing, and you're such a positive person and a positive influence on people. They don't know the shit that we dragged you out
They gotta
of, man.
they gotta listen to Code Unlocked, bro.
That's
Yeah.
it. The two of us have been through some shit.
I would plan out like because I would eat fast food basically every day and for every meal, so it was like a rotation.
Okay.
So I would plan out like, all right, what am I feeling for lunch today? All right, I'm gonna go to Jack in the Box, and then it's like, okay, cool, I went to Jack in the Box, so now I get to do Taco Bell tonight, or whatever. And then the next day pops around, I was like, well, I had Jack in the Box and Taco Bell, so I'm gonna rotate. So it was like this rotation. So I would get to experience and explore most fast food places at least once a week because I
did the
didn't want to
opposite.
keep doing it. You
That's
were so
so
comfortable
funny.
with the same
I did
one.
the
that you-
opposite. I would hyper focus on one meal from one place, and I would just have it over and over and over again.
Damn.
Like I'm just gonna get like a 20-piece nugget meal from McDonald's, and I'm gonna eat it for like the next 9 meals.
Fuck.
And I'm like, that was it. I'd just do it.
was that your only order? Like
McDonald's, that was
Like,
it. 20 nuggets
piece?
was a lot.
That was enough food for you?
I mean, it was enough food for my budget. Like I
Okay. Yeah.
when I was at my heaviest, like I didn't have really a great job. I didn't have a lot of money, so I tried to stretch my food as far as I could. And you could get a 20-piece for $5.
Yeah.
So,
It's a solid deal if you're in.
Yeah.
I mean, for that, like you're in a pinch.
dude, you got to think
Um,
about that. How many calories is that? It's like 1,600 calories for $5.
Oh, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look.
Pull it up, dude. But it's so funny how, like I said, the instant regret, right? You take a couple bites or you finish your first meat or your first sandwich, and it's just like the regret starts to set in. You feel like shit. There's levels to it, right? It's just like you feel a little bit shitty, but then you keep on eating. You're like, well, maybe it'll make me feel better. I'm hungry, and you're like, now I feel really shitty, and then like you're done. You're just like ultimate shit. You're like, dude, this fucking sucked. Why did I buy this? What a waste of money. Like you're full, but you're just like miserable.
So it says 830 calories and it serves 2. So I'm thinking that's sneaky math for 1,660 calories,
Is
but
that
I'm
the
not
way
sure.
of saying that?
I'm not. I gotta dig a little deeper.
I like how they tell you how many people it serves. Like, what the fuck? You're not gonna tell me
Okay.
that.
So one 20-piece nugget is 890 calories with a fry and a large drink. Yeah, it's like 1,500 calories.
Oh, okay, yeah. Dude, aren't nuggets just like fucking ground up chicken or something?
Oh, it's the
Like, it's
tendons.
disgusting.
It's everything. What about sauces? Only barbecue. Barbecue was undefeated from. It was undefeated from McDonald's. Only
Yeah.
barbecue sauce. I did not like the sweet and sour. I didn't like the hot mustard or any of that stuff.
That makes sense why you like the Southwestern, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
wasn't it barbecue sauce on the sandwich?
Yeah, barbecue sauce and onion ring.
Yeah, and onion.
To this day, if I'm gonna get a shitty burger, it's still that. You can whatever you want to call it, wherever you go. Outlaw burger, just barbecue sauce, onion ring.
Oh yeah,
bacon.
calories in the sauce. Wait,
Oh,
don't-
that's true. That's true.
I feel like some sauces have no calories, but they have just a fuck ton of salt.
Not
and
those,
sugar
dude.
and stuff.
Let's go look. Oh, McDonald's barbecue sauce nutrition. Here we go. One barbecue dip. We're going in. It's 30 grams. It's 44 kcal for one. Holy shit. So if you have like 5 sauces,
Damn,
That's
and you're
like
definitely
another-
not having.
it's like-
You're not 150 calories or so.
that's another
Yeah.
200 calories right
You're
there.
definitely not having one sauce. One sauce is not enough to last everybody.
I had no idea what I was eating, even remotely, dude.
Dude, one sauce that's like 4 nuggets.
Yeah,
Right.
so we're looking 1,000 calories on the nuggets, 450 on the fries.
And then what's a fucking large Coke? That's like 400
Yeah.
calories right there. 500 calories
32
right there.
ounce Coke nutrition. 350 calories, dude. Yeah,
Damn.
that's an 1,800 calorie meal.
350 calories in a drink.
2 of those in a day. That's it. That's all I ate, and I never moved. The most sedentary human being possible.
Most people know when you're eating it, right? Like, I always knew I was being a piece of shit. You think most people know that? Or, like, do you have to be self-aware?
I think the food addiction takes over for a lot of people. You see it now. People don't even have a clue what they're eating anymore. I have a colleague. He has type 2 diabetes, the one that you give yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not that overweight. Like, he's not that big. Like, he's 230, 240. But my man comes to work with a bag of fast food. And then right before we leave, because he's our PM supervisor, he'll go and he gets more fast food. So a guy that has a medical condition that requires him to manage it to the point where he cannot feel his feet, and he has to get like these random weird surgeries. He went to Disneyland like a month ago, and walking with his family was so much on his physical body that he had to go to the ER for 4 days, and he still does it.
Wow.
That's still not enough to change his eating habits.
That's an addict.
Yeah,
literally.
it's literally addiction.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What does he do? Like, what is his position?
He's the same as me, but he's our PM supervisor. So he comes in
okay.
at noon and he manages the drivers from noon until punch out.
So he never
Yeah.
has to do ride-alongs.
No, that's the only difference. That's why he took that job. He has
I
the
was going to
most-
say, because there's no way he could.
he has the most seniority out of all of us. And when his condition started to get bad with his feet, he took that job.
Because it would be physically impossible for him to do what you do when you do ride-alongs and shit.
He can still deliver and he can still walk and he can still move at a good pace, but he can't feel his feet. So if he like is developing a blister or something. Like he can't adjust his feet. He cannot. Like he just slowly damages his legs
Yeah.
and his feet while he's delivering.
What do you think he weighs? 250?
250, yeah.
Yeah. Older guy, 50?
About 50 years old, 6 foot, 250.
Damn.
Dad of 3, husband, just rolling the dice with every meal.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
And that's why fast food is crazy, because it's addictive.
Yep.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it is so fucking addictive, and it's like it's crazy how it's addictive because you do feel like shit, but
Yes.
it's filling. So I guess that's why it's addictive. But it's just so, I don't know. It's crazy to try to think about now. Is like, why the fuck was I in that addiction, right? Like what the fuck are you? You're an idiot, right?
The thing that
Looking
kills
back.
me is like, why couldn't I have just gone and bought chicken and then
Exactly.
made it in a pan in the oven, and the time it would have taken me to drive to said fast food establishment, purchase the food, and drive back to my house?
Because you have to do work. It doesn't sound as good.
It doesn't sound as good. That's really it. Like, it's like, I had to work for this. I don't want to eat it.
Yeah,
I didn't want to
And-
put rice in a rice cooker because that would have been too hard.
and it's work, and that's less time, or that's more time away from the computer.
But like, it was the same amount of time. That was the hardest part.
But yeah, you
It
don't
took me
tell
literally
yourself
years
that.
to figure that out. It took
You're
me
like, fuck,
literally
dude,
years.
cooking takes forever. There's no way I'm gonna cook.
But
I'm
then
not
you're
a
like
fucking cook.
you're in the drive-through for 17
I
minutes
know.
while you're waiting for them to give you your food.
Fuck, dude. I always wondered if people would know me in the drive-thru.
Oh,
Like,
I'm
I would. I like.
100%
Does
sure.
this person recognize me? They have
Absolutely.
to, right?
This motherfucker again, occasionally.
Yeah.
It probably happened at Taco Bell.
Yep. They're like, wow, this guy's here again.
This fucking guy is back.
But then I want to tell myself, like, I can't be as. There's got to be somebody worse.
There has to be that guy. That's the
So, like,
regular.
at least I wasn't
dude
the
that's there
worst.
every day. Yeah.
But fuck, man. It's just crazy to think, like, looking back about it, like, you're like in this trance. It's like scary to think about.
I don't regret a lot in life, but I lost some years there. Some
Yeah.
literal years that I wish I could have done things that I do now a little earlier in life.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like find CrossFit earlier, or
Just find health earlier.
find health. That's right.
Realize you can level yourself up instead of a new video game character in a new game.
Level your character up. I know.
That's it.
Your body's a temple, dude.
You only get one. That's the one thing I've learned from this. And then it brings us all the way full circle back to what you were showing with the burpee.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. You got to be able
That's
to get
right.
up off the ground when the vertigo kicks in.
Yeah, and you're fucking can't do that 250. You can't feel your feet.
That's it. You don't stand up. You don't get back up.
Yeah.
You better hope that you have a life alert because no one's coming.
Life alert. That's right, dude.
Yeah, that's where we're at now. And now you look at the next generation, and I don't want to be too negative, but my God, the obesity rate in kids is horrifying.
Mm-hmm. Well, it starts with the parents, right?
Yeah, it is. It's real. My parents did not teach me how to cook, and so I had to learn how to take care of myself later in life. And the one thing that I hope people that like at least that we're around, I'm sure they do, but just like that first life skill might be the most important life skill in living a healthy life. Just learning how to cook something.
Right. Dude, and cooking is like, it's actually so easy. You don't have to get fancy with it. You don't need to cook this fucking crazy ass 4-course meal and a bunch of shit. Like, cooking chicken is so easy. Like, you could throw it in the oven.
For me now, I survive off of a pressure cooker and a what's that thing called? It's not the oven.
Instapot, air fryer.
Air fryer.
Yeah.
Air fryer and a pressure cooker is like 90% of my meals.
And they're so simple.
Yeah, carne asada that Allie makes all the time is 3 or 4 ingredients. Otherwise, we just cook everything in the air fryer and pressure cooker for rice and vegetables.
Are you still on Ice Age?
I don't know. Allie does all our meal prep. She literally buys meat and cooks for like an entire day, and then she freezes it all. We have a separate freezer out in the garage, and it's just full of meals right now.
Like, if you had to, if it was bomb dropped right now, how many meals you got for a week? Or
I think
for,
we have
like a week.
Probably 30 meals out there.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
When she do that? Sundays? Doing that right now?
She does it like every second or third Saturday. Most of
Oh,
the time,
okay.
it's mostly just my lunch, her lunch.
Yeah.
And then at night, we try to cook something that doesn't take too long for dinner.
When does she get home?
She gets home at like 4:30, and I get home at random times, anywhere between 4 and 8. Yeah, it's real. Between 4 and 8.
That was just funny. I knew it was coming. I knew it was something like that, like some range, but it's yeah, anywhere between 4 and 8.
Yep, about 4-hour gap. There's good days and there's terrible days. That's why I can't do the gym at night. I actually don't know when I'm getting off work.
Yeah. Is 8 the latest? Like, what's the latest you've ever been home? Like on
11:30.
a one-off. 11:30.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time or the day?
The Jack in the Box story was 11:30.
Oh.
I punched out of my vehicle in Lake Tahoe at 11 p.m. So, however long
Damn.
that took me to drive home, that was it.
Was that because it was peak or it was weather or both?
I want to say it was a fire. We got
Oh,
sent up
shit.
there because of a fire. Like it shut down a part of the lake for a few days, and then we had to catch up.
Damn. How long ago was this?
2022 probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just a year.
No, I mean I have bad days all the time. We had one of the first storms this year. I was out training a brand new girl, and as she's sobbing while we're chaining up in a foot and a half.
Sobbing
Just sobbing. Just full ugly girl tears.
because it's too hard.
Yeah. And
Damn.
so she's laying down in a foot of snow trying to put chains on the car, and I'm not helping her because she has to learn. And it is miserable. And we were out till 10:30 at night.
Damn. Does she still work there?
Yeah, she qualified.
Oh,
After
really? So she
ugly
stuck
girl
it out.
tears, I told her it happens. It's okay. It's fine. No big deal. Next
Damn.
stop, next
That's
box.
Good
We
for her.
just
She
stayed
stuck-
out all
stuck it
night.
out.
And then she
Well-
apologized like 500 times to me at the end of the night. And I was like, you don't have to apologize to me. I could do this. We would have been home like 5 hours ago. That wasn't the problem. I need you to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
And so
That's
the next
awesome.
day she got a little better. And then the next day she got a little better. And now she's decent.
Good for her.
She's
job,
tiny
D.
too.
You're a
Just
good
a little-
boss, dude. Good trainer.
Just a little better every day, bud. It works in everything
A
in
little better
life.
every day, dude. Yes, that's the motto. All right, last topic, and then we'll wrap it up. I know
Okay.
it's long. We're almost 2 hours into this thing. Went by quick though.
Did.
What are your thoughts on Marvel right now?
Oh no, man. Dude, don't.
I know it's random, but I have the
All right.
encyclopedia right behind me,
So,
and I know you're a huge Marvel fan.
okay. I got to think about how to politically correctly state this.
You don't have to go like crazy, but like,
I'm not going to
are
go
you
crazy.
are you happy with Marvel right now?
I am disappointed with the direction that they have taken the stories, which used to be about the characters, and now they're about social justice causes. So, like, the first Iron Man movie was nothing besides a story about Iron Man. And, like, when you go back to the comics, Iron Man's like a B tier comic hero. Nobody cared about Iron Man before Robert Downey Jr. made Iron Man probably the most famous comic book character. They started with cool stories and they made awesome movies. So the stories are still going. There's still a bunch of comic runs that are really fun, and I will try to read whatever I can get my hands on, but I don't pay for them anymore. Like, I have like an old Captain America comic, like literally right here.
That's badass.
So, like,
Wait,
I
hold on.
like
How old is that?
this is
70s, 80s.
no, this is probably like, actually, yeah, it's probably about when I was born.
That's awesome.
It's like in the first run of Captain America. So I really like I really like the stories, I really like all that stuff. I have a really hard time with the messaging being kind of targeted towards their audience in a negative way. Most of them are like me, middle-aged white dudes that read Marvel comics when they were growing up. And I think that the messaging of the stories right now is villainizing those people in the world and how they have to do better, and it's hard to watch. But
yeah.
I do have some positive thoughts on the direction that they're going, because they stopped pumping stuff out like every 2 months like they were for the last couple of years, and they're like slowing the production down, and hopefully they're going to make it a little more quality. because I really thought highly of the first 3 phases of the movies they released, and it also improved some of the writing for the comics that they were doing. And then this last, I don't know, since Endgame, it's just been a fucking garbage fire. I wouldn't say that a single one of the Marvel properties that has come out since Endgame has been of the same caliber of even like mid-tier movies before that point.
Okay. How was the movies yesterday? You went, right?
We went and saw John Wick, and
Oh,
that
that's right. John Wick, yeah.
that movie's fucking awesome.
He's good?
I don't know how they made 4 movies with the same plot, but they sure did, and it's awesome from start to finish, and you care the whole time. Keanu Reeves is amazing. 10 out of 10. I would give it a
Really?
10, like 10 out of 10, 5 stars. I absolutely recommend to anybody that's never seen John Wick to watch them all and then go see this one. It's great.
Okay. What's the next Marvel movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Excuse me. You're not excited for that one, right?
I am excited for that one specifically because it's characters that have already been developed. And then it's not a new story because they've done a really bad job with that. It's characters that have already had 2 movies. It's the last movie with those characters that's already been put on record. So they're either going to die or be sunsetted. And either way, I'm good with it. And then the director, it's his last movie because he is now the lead for all the movies at DC, the other comics, Batman, The Flash.
Batman, dude.
And so I'm with you. I'm actually getting excited for what he's going to do rebooting DC because I'm not a snob about it. I liked Marvel better, but I've always loved Batman. Batman's awesome. And I would love to see them do good DC character movies. And I think that he would be the guy.
Can they ever make another Dark Knight like as good as it was? Can that ever happen again?
I liked the last one with Robert Pattinson, the Batman. It was good.
Yeah.
He was good. He is the best Batman and the worst Bruce Wayne.
Okay. I watched the Dark Knight again yesterday. It's so fucking good.
I don't think that anybody's going to beat Nolan's trilogy, but they could make something close. I think Nolan's trilogy is the best comic book movies ever. Doesn't matter. Endgame, Marvel, it's all
really
it all gets destroyed.
You think
Nothing's
people
better
agree
than
with you?
The Dark Knight, Ledger's Joker.
Do you think people agree with that?
I don't care.
No, I know,
I
but
don't
I
care
mean,
if they do or not.
I mean,
I'm sure they do.
would most people say that? Like most comic
I
fans.
think even Marvel fans would say that Ledger's Joker is probably the best villain ever put on a movie screen as far as comics go.
Dude, he was so fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah. He's just... Yeah, I don't know. I watched it again last night, or just like put it on, and I was like, fuck, dude, this movie is so fucking sick every time I watch it.
I've made Allie watch every movie in the MCU.
Yeah,
every show.
And you try to get me
I
to.
drag her ass into every single one of these.
Does she like them?
Her favorite is still The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight
Really?
Rises. It's not even close. She said it's like they're not even in the same realm of explanation. That the Nolan Batman trilogy is infinitely better.
Damn.
She's a huge fan of The Dark Knight Rises. She really likes Bane. She thinks Bane's a cool villain. Because he's like, especially the way they did him, he's not really a villain. Like he's just fighting for a cause.
Who are you?
I've been a Captain America fan my whole life. And,
Why? Why Captain America?
I don't know. I remember Captain America and the Avengers. It was an arcade game when I was a little kid. You can look it up. It's a little side scroller beat 'em up.
What's it called?
Captain America and the Avengers.
Here it is, Captain America and the Avengers.
And it's like a little side scroller beat 'em up with Iron Man, Hawkeye, and Vision.
This looks like it right here.
Yep.
That was the only people, or the only?
Iron Man, Hawkeye, Vision, Captain America.
Does it say here?
Yep,
Oops.
that's it. And we would go to a pizza place after my baseball games, and my mom would give me like $2 in quarters.
Yeah.
And we'd all go round up, and I'd play Captain America, and we had a buddy who'd play Iron Man every time, and a buddy who played Vision, and a buddy who played Hawkeye, and all 4 of us would spread out on the 4 joystick arcade, And we would
That's
barely
sick.
get through the second level because we were awful. we'd blow our $2 each, our eight sets of lives, and I never even knew that there was like levels past like the second or third level because I never made it. But from that point on, I was like obsessed with Captain America. I thought he was so cool. He'd throw his shield and it would always come back, and I never understood why. And so,
Have you played this game since?
no, but I want to download a ROM of it. I actually thought about doing it. I just don't have any time to actually sit down and play it.
Dude, it looks like these. It's on eBay. You could buy one for 4,500, like $5 grand. They're fairly expensive.
If I still had the man cave at my old house, I had like the full-on man
There you
cave.
go.
If
You
I
can
still
buy this
had
one
it,
right here.
I'd buy it right there. Yeah. Invite you guys over so that we could just sit there and get stomped by the second level. But you see it, the 4-stick control
Dude,
right
look
there.
at that. Yeah.
Look at the 4-man setup. And I actually remember the far right joystick set up at our pizza place. One of the buttons didn't work, so the guy could only use half the moves. So nobody wanted to be on that joystick.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Where was this at? It's not in Reno, right?
Southern California, yeah. I
Okay,
grew up.
so okay.
It was
Yeah.
right behind Sunrise Little League, and it's over by Pierce College. What? God, I can't remember the name of the streets. I want to say it's like Tampa, and
Oh, it's okay.
I'm trying to remember for myself, man.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
It's off Tampa. That's all I
Dude,
remember.
we got to go visit it, see if it's still there.
Fuck, I bet that
Play.
pizza place is gone, but maybe the console's still there.
Yeah.
Just standing strong.
Oh man, fuck. 2 hours in, dude.
Yeah.
This was fun.
It was good. This is a good little
You had a good time?
random chat. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, little Sunday shenanigans. We can kind of do that, like turn this into a segment or whatever. I don't know.
Anytime, man. I'm always down.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for coming on, dude. I know it's short notice.
Yeah, of course.
What do you got? What's for dinner?
I don't know. I'm about to go find out. I'm gonna go downstairs after 2 hours of hold up in the office and see what the
Allie's
wife's up
probably
to.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
She's gonna tell you, you can go back up there. Have fun.
She's all pissed.
Yeah.
Just blame it on me. I mean, obviously,
No,
yeah,
no,
it's
she's
my
not.
fault.
She's never pissed. She just
No.
she'll be into some crime show or something and telling me to shut up. That's pretty much how that usually goes.
Perfect. She was doing her own thing then.
Yep.
All right, bro. Well, thanks for listening. Or thanks for being here. Listeners, thanks for listening. Episode 9. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.
Peace out.
See you, D. Peace.